Hello, this is Mish and welcome to a Westworld Theories video. So there was so much to discuss from Westworld Season 2, but we have to start somewhere. So I thought let's pick some low-hanging fruit. If you haven't completed Season 2, there will be spoilers ahead. So let's start with Delorus in Hale's body, leaving the park with those pearls. If you're unsure what I'm talking about when I say pearls, they're the consciousness of the hosts, so the brain. Lisa Joy refers to them as pearls, so do I. So when Delorus left the park, she had 5 pearls with her. Who do those pearls belong to? Whose consciousness is Delorus taking with her to recreate in the real world? An interview with Lisa Joy, when she was asked about who Delorus left with, her response went along these lines. So if the host didn't sublime, so sublime is the uploading to the virtual world, or when they cross the doorway. So if the hosts didn't sublime, their pearls still contain their information. So there's a handful of them, but not an infinite amount of them. There are 5, 1 host per pearl. So the question that really remains here is who did she take with her? So 5 pearls. So let's break down what we know. So 1 is Bernard, it has to be, as we see Delorus has remade him in future scenes. So let's rule out the characters or the hosts that were sublimed or uploaded to the virtual world. So Teddy has gone, so Teddy isn't an option going forward. Most of the Ghost Nation, well, the Ghost Nation main characters did go through the doorway, they did go to the virtual world, so they're pretty much out. So who does that leave us? What main hosts that Delorus would think would be worthwhile taking with her into the real world are still a viable option? So let's look at the hosts that are available with intact brain pearls. So we have Maeve as an option, Hector as another option, Armistice as well, and Hanero. So with those, they're all known to Delorus. So they also died within reach of her location as well. So when Delorus killed Bernard in the Forge, she obviously took his consciousness or his pearl at that time. So perhaps that is when she grabbed the others as well, because they are very close to where the Forge was. So who else is an option here? Her father? Perhaps. We know she had his pearl, but that pearl was very distorted because it had the encryption key on it. But it makes a lot of sense for her to keep it, for the encryption key, or possibly even to try and restore her father at some point. So Clementine. So that might be a bit too dangerous, but she is an option. I guess she was someone known to her, but it's just the destructive nature of Clem now. Is she too dangerous to try and fix? If they were to put her in a host body, is she just going to kill everyone, or do what she does and just transmit their destruction? So a little bit dangerous there. So Angela, perhaps this is an option. Her pearl may have survived the explosion earlier in the season, but a real unknown. But definitely an option, as she was very loyal to Delorus. And a final option here would be Emily. Now this obviously would imply that Emily was a host, which is a very complicated point, a very touchy subject. But let's just say for this theory, let's assume it is a possibility that when Emily was killed by the Man in Black, or William, that she was actually a host. That's a discussion for another day. Let's just gloss over the finer details there and say she was possibly a host, so that's another option. I think they are the main obvious options, and they're all possibilities as well. But all I've done at this point is detail out the scenario. I haven't actually given a theory or any ideas here. So here we go. So my theory for who Delorus has in her handbag, as weird as that sounds. So when she walks towards the boat in one of the very final scenes of Season 2, she reflects on multiple corpses. Of course, that could just be a random combination of character bodies to build the scene, to set the mood of the character situation, to suggest the impact of events that have transpired around her. Or was this something else? We see Delorus look at 4 dead characters as she head towards the boat. 4 dead characters plus Bernard equals 5 pearls. So the characters she looks at are Maeve, Hector, Armistice, and Emily. So that's my theory, is that when Delorus left, she left with Bernard, Maeve, Hector, Armistice, and Emily, as she now has some of the strongest and loyalist characters by her side. Clearly this has many debatable points. Was Emily even a host at this point? When did Delorus have time to do all this? When did she grab the pearls from the host bodies? And many more that I'm sure are going to fill up in the comment section. But as I said, this is just theory that's based off what we know. and with a suggestion of the dead bodies that the director has pointed us at. So as Delorus is walking out, obviously this is something that has been thought about by the director, and these are the characters they wanted us to look at. As I said, it could be completely coincidental, or is this a suggestion here that these are the characters she has taken with her? But that's my theory. So let me know who you think she's taken with her. I'm really interested to hear your feedback. And subscribe for future content, as I will aim to make a few more videos around Westworld Season 2. As I said, there's a lot of talking points with this season, but I'll leave this video here. So this is Mesh, and until next time, I'll see you later.